What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we're going to be going back to my burst evaluation series. This time, we're going to be talking about the LD and burst weapons for Onion Knight and Paladin Cecil. For those of you that are unaware, I did start a series on this where I pretty much evaluate, the LD and burst weapons for the characters that actually get them. If you guys want to see the older videos on this series, I'll be leaving a link to the playlist in the video description as well as the pinned comments. So we're going to be talking about Onion Knight and Paladin Cecil because they're going to be the ones that are getting their LD and burst weapons soon in Global Opera Omnia. But of course, before we talk about that, if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. That way you guys are not missing out on future uploads. And if you guys enjoy what you see on this channel, hit that like button and share this video as it does help me out. So we're going to start things off with Onion Knight's LD and burst weapons. Now I am basing these evaluations on my personal experiences with these characters on JP Opera Omnia, because if you guys don't know, I do pull for every character on JP Opera Omnia, so then that way I've experienced them myself, and then I'm going to give you guys my own personal thoughts about the characters based on those experiences, so then it'll kind of give you guys an insight on these characters' weapons as far as what they do and how it helps them out. So Onion Knight's LD weapon is going to be allowing him to deliver a very powerful Ice Melee Brave plus HP attack, and this one is executed twice. So he has 2 HP dumps. It's going to be dealing split HP damage. It's going to be inflicting Ice Imperil on all enemies after the first HP attack, so that's value right there. He's inflicting an Ice Imperil, and then it's going to be granting a brand new effect to Onion Knight for 16 turns. This brand new effect is going to be increasing his own attack by 50%, increasing his own Brave Overflow by 30%, increasing his own Brave and HP damage dealt by 20%, and it's also going to have a party-wide aura effect, increasing the party's max Brave by 30%. It doesn't stop there though. The biggest value that this weapon provides is when Onion Knight uses his LD ability, it's going to allow you to move his allies' turn right after he takes his. So it's going to allow you to have turn manipulation, and then right after that, the other added effect is that those allies' turns that were moved, including Onion Knight's, they're going to be getting a free skill usage on either their Skill 1, Skill 2, and C65, and this also applies to Onion Knight's LD call. Now this is a very powerful effect because the ability to be able to move your party members' turns, after Onion Knight takes his turn and then get a free skill usage, will allow you to prepare and set up for, let's say, an incoming powerful attack, or just overall shut down an enemy from taking their turn entirely. Or let's say if you want to set up like a powerful burst right after you do that, that is something that you can mess around with, but it is a very, very powerful effect. And right there, then and there is already a ton of value that this LD weapon is providing. Now his finish burst and his burst effect aura provides him this. So as we know, Onion Knight has 2 different stances. He has Ninja, which is his physical-based stance, and then he has Sage, which is more magic-based. So if he uses Finish Burst while Ninja is active, he's going to be dishing out a powerful Ice Melee Brave plus HP attack, again, executed twice. This time it has a 50% max Brave damage limit, as well as a 50% max obtainable Brave and dealt HP damage limit. While Sage is active, however, when you do the Finish Burst, it's going to be a powerful AoE Ice Magic Brave plus HP attack. This time it has split HP damage on multiple targets, and it only has the 1 HP dump. And then this time it's also going to have a 20% max Brave damage limit and an 80% max obtainable Brave and dealt HP damage limit. Now, as far as the burst effect goes, it's going to be a party-wide aura. This time it's going to be for 6 turns. If you're a ninja, if you use the ninja version of it, he's going to be giving your party a 30% physical attack up. And then if you used it during Sage, it's going to be giving your party a 30% magic attack up. Now on top of that, it's going to be giving you 50% additional Brave damage dealt, which is huge. 30% Brave Overflow and 20% HP damage dealt increased, and as well as a 20% max Brave damage limit. So between those 2 weapons, personally, I have both of them on JP, but from using Onion Knight, I actually put a lot more value in Onion Knight just having the LD weapon alone. I actually think that his burst, as good as it is more so a quality of life. If you have it, obviously it does improve him even further, especially with that 50% Brave damage dealt and 20% HP damage dealt that's added on top of the burst, effect aura. But if you have the LD being able to turn manipulate and giving you free skill usage for your party members, that's already enough value in itself as it is. So for me, from Using him on JP, I actually think that he's fine alone with just the LD, but if you decide to pull for the burst weapon, it does make him better. But for this one, I think Onion Knight is already more self-sufficient and already very valuable with the LD weapon alone. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about Paladin Cecil. There's a lot of hype behind Paladin Cecil because of how powerful his gear is when he gets his LD and his burst weapon. So his LD weapon, let's start off with that. So his LD weapon is going to allow him to dish out a powerful AoE Holy Range Brave plus HP attack executed twice, so 2 HP dumps, split HP damage. He's going to be healing the party's HP and adding that excess HP heal to Brave. He's going to be inflicting Holy Imperil on all enemies. So before, it was just his EX that was inflicting the Holy Imperil. Now his LD can do that too. It also gives you increased Brave damage when attacking the enemy's weakness, which you are because you're going to be inflicting that Holy Imperil. And then afterwards, it's going to be granting a special effect for 16 turns. And this is what really makes this LD weapon shine. So the LD effect for 16 turns is a 120% defense up to your party, a 10% HP regen to the party, 30% max HP overflow to the party, so your party's HP is going to be exceeding that 100% max, and then whenever Paladin Cecil's own HP is either at 100% or more, he's going to be giving the party a 50% Brave damage increase, 20% HP damage increase, and 20% HP damage reduction. So that's huge. So not only is he allowing you to deal more Brave and HP damage, which right now those effects are so powerful, especially when it comes to Lufenia and all the reduction we're going to be seeing, but you're also taking less HP damage. So what this does effectively is also allows Paladin Cecil to keep his HP at the needed threshold, so then that way you're benefiting from this really powerful effect. Now as far as his burst weapon goes, so Paladin Cecil's finished burst allows him to deliver a powerful AoE Holy Range Brave plus HP attack. The HP damage dealt is at 100% to all targets. It gives him that 20% max Brave damage limit and an 80% max obtainable Brave and dealt HP damage limit. Now, as far as the burst effect, it lasts for 5 turns. It gives your party a 50% Brave damage increase, a 20% Brave gain overflow, a 10% HP regen. It also gives you a Brave heal at the start of each party member based on 100% of the party member's HP. So whenever your party member takes their turn, before their turn starts, they're going to get a Brave heal based on 100% of their whatever their current HP is at, which is huge. And then whenever your HP is at 100% or more, you're going to get 20% max Brave damage limit and 10% max obtainable Brave and dealt HP damage limit. So overall thoughts about Paladin Cecil. From my experience using him on JP, I actually like him with both of his gear. Now here is the reason why. We're going to be seeing something called Transcendence very soon in Global Opera Omnia after we get DE20, which is going to be the last part of DE as far as like that whole tower goes, right? When we get Transcendence is burst content. Okay, you can ask any other of the other content creators that do, JP content, like Black Nero, for example. I've talked to him a lot about this. I've talked to a lot of folks on my Discord that also play JP. Transcendence is burst content. You're going to want those burst weapons. And the reason why is burst weapons will be giving your entire party synergy stats, which is increased stats, which is very, very, very helpful in Transcendence. And Paladin Cecil for Transcendence 1 is one that I took to 2 of the stages, because Transcendence is going to have 3 stages. It's going to be the left wing, the right wing, and the middle wing. For Transcendence 1, I took Paladin Cecil to 2 of those, and he was very crucial for not only increasing my party stats, but also providing so much survivability and allowing my party to deal as much damage as possible, because the reduction when it comes to Transcendence it's pretty nasty. Okay, so for Paladin Cecil, if you guys want, to have an easier time with Transcendence 1, I actually recommend that you gun for both the LD and the burst. He is such a valuable character to have. He's very versatile. He protects you from HP damage, and he also allows you to deal more Brave and HP damage. But if you guys only want to pull for his LD, he's actually fine with just the LD alone. But I know a lot of you guys are looking for what characters take to these upcoming Transcendence, and for Transcendence 1, Paladin Cecil was my MVP for that one. I took him, I had his LD, and I had his burst, and he really made a huge impact on allowing me to be able to beat that content. Because, again, Transcendence is burst content. It is going to be the content where, yeah, you likely want to have the burst weapons because it's going to be very, very difficult to do them without him. I still haven't seen a run to this day where a burst weapon or characters with burst weapons equipped was not used. So that is going to be my thoughts about Paladin Cecil. I think he's worth gunning for both his LD and burst, especially if you plan on taking him to Transcendence 1, because he really does shine in that particular Transcendence. Alright guys, well this is going to go ahead and conclude my burst evaluation for both Onion Knight and Paladin Cecil. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of both of these characters, whether you think they still need both of their, weapons, or whether the LD weapon is fine. I'd love to have, a nice discussion with you guys as far as these characters go. Alright guys, thank you again for watching. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan signing out. Mahal everyone.